Hello, everyone, and a massive high-energy welcome back to the deep dive. We're just so excited to have you here with us today.
We certainly are. It is great to be back. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, honestly. Just, ready for today's lesson. How about you?
I am doing great too. Totally ready to jump in.
Awesome. Because, well, we are tackling something today that I think every single language learner faces. But before we get into the heavy stuff, I have to be honest with you
Woo!
and with everyone listening.
Uh,
Yeah. Something a little funny and maybe a little embarrassing happened to me this morning.
oh, I love an embarrassing story.
Uh,
What happened?
Okay, so I went to that nice coffee shop downtown.
Right.
I needed my morning fuel.
Right, the one on the corner.
That's the one. So I walked up to the counter. I looked the barista right in the eye, and I ordered my drink. But I did it, let's say, very correctly.
Correct. That sounds like a good thing. What do you mean by that?
Well, I put on my best pronunciation voice. I stood up straight, just out, and I said, I would like to have one cafe latte, please. Every single word perfectly enunciated. I felt like I was winning an award for clarity.
Oh no, I can hear it in my head. You sounded like a robot, didn't you? I would. Like,
Right.
one latte.
Exactly. That is exactly what I sounded like. And the barista, she just looked at me.
Just stared at you.
Yeah. She gave me this strange look like, who is this guy? Is he okay? Is he a spy?
She probably thought you were practicing for a play, or maybe you were an alien trying to blend in.
Right. And that look she gave me, it really hit me. It made me realize something huge that we actually saw in the research for today's deep dive.
Which is,
Even if our grammar is perfect, even if we follow all the rules we learned in school, we sometimes just don't sound natural. We sound stiff. We sound like textbooks.
that is such an important observation. It is actually a very common phenomenon for learners.
Yeah.
Definitely. When you focus too hard on the rules, you lose the humanity of the language. You enter what we might call the uncanny valley of speech.
The uncanny valley.
Yes, where it is technically correct, but socially weird.
The uncanny valley. I like that. So that is our mission today for this deep dive. We are bridging that gap between classroom English and real-world English.
Right. We're going to help you sound less like a walking textbook and more like a real person who is comfortable and confident.
So let's unpack this. I want to give everyone listening a visual that really helped me understand the difference. Imagine riding a bicycle.
Okay, I am picturing a bicycle.
Think about speaking English like riding that bike. If you are terrified of falling, what do?
You hold on for dear life.
You grab the handlebar so tight, your arms are stiff, your eyes are staring straight at the ground, just looking for bumps.
And the ride is terrible.
Yeah.
It is bumpy. You feel every single rock, and it is actually much harder to balance because your body is so rigid. You are fighting the bike.
You're fighting the bike exactly. If you hold the handles too tight, the ride is a total nightmare. But think about when you see someone who is really good at riding a bike.
They look completely relaxed.
They are relaxed, they move with the road. If there's a turn, they just lean into it. Everything is smooth.
It is a perfect analogy for language. To sound natural in English, you need to find your flow.
A flow, I love that word.
It is so important. It is not about being perfect or having zero errors. It isn't about getting 100% on a grammar test. It is about the rhythm.
Right.
It is about relaxing your grip on those handlebars. When you are stiff, your jaw is tight, your tongue is tight, and you physically cannot make the sounds that connect words together.
That physical tension is the enemy of fluency. And hey, before we share our secrets on how to actually loosen up that grip, because we have 4 really solid practical tips coming up if you enjoy our deep dives, please take 1 second to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who is learning too.
Yes, please do. It really helps us keep these lessons coming for you.
So I shared my coffee shop robot moment. I have to ask, in your experience, even as an expert, have you ever had a moment where you felt unnatural speaking a language?
Oh, absolutely. Many, many times. It happens to all of us, no matter how much we study.
Really? Even you?
Even me. I remember specifically when I was learning my second language, I was invited to a birthday party.
A birthday party sounds like a fun, low-pressure environment.
It should have been, but I was so nervous. I wanted to be very, very polite.
You wanted to make a good impression.
Exactly. I didn't want to make a mistake or offend anyone. So every time someone spoke to me, I used these very long, complex, formal sentences that I had memorized from a book.
Oh, no. Like what? Give me an example.
Well, someone would offer me a drink or welcome me to the party, and I would say things like, "It is a pleasure to participate in this celebration."
It is a pleasure to participate. Wow. That sounds like you were signing a peace treaty, not drinking a soda.
Exactly. It was way too formal. It was a casual party. Everyone else was holding a drink saying, hey, or what's up, or great party, right?
Uh,
And there I was, sounding like a diplomat from the 1800s.
a time-traveling diplomat.
Truly. I felt like I was wearing a tuxedo at a pool party.
A tuxedo at a pool party. That is hilarious.
It was awful. Everyone else is in swimsuits, having fun, splashing around, and I am standing there, completely stiff in a tuxedo, afraid to get wet.
That is such a vivid image. It creates a wall between you and the other people, doesn't it?
It does. It isolates you. I was so worried about grammar, about being correct, that I forgot to just be there.
Right.
I felt very lonely that night because I couldn't just relax and connect with people. I built a wall with my formal words.
I understand that feeling so well.
Yeah.
For me, back when I first started teaching, I had a similar issue, but with a totally different result. I call it my robot voice phase.
Your robot voice again.
Yes. I was so afraid of making a mistake in front of my students that I stopped using contractions entirely.
Oh, really? You separated everything.
Yeah. I never said I'm or don't or can't. I said I am and do not and cannot.
Oh, wow.
I thought it made me sound clearer, easier to understand.
That makes a huge difference in tone. It doesn't just sound formal, it changes the entire emotional meaning.
Huge.
Yeah.
People actually thought I was angry.
Because of the separated words.
Because when you separate every word, I do not want this, it sounds serious. It sounds stern.
It does. It sounds like a parent scolding a child. I do not like that. In English, we usually only separate those words when we are emphasizing a negative or being aggressive.
Exactly. And I wasn't angry. I was just terrified of being wrong.
Yeah.
So I think the message here for everyone listening is it is normal to feel this way. We all do it.
Absolutely. We all want to be correct. We don't want to look foolish.
Yeah.
But sometimes being correct according to the textbook isn't being natural in the real world. You might be grammatically perfect, but socially awkward.
So let's fix this. We are not just here to complain about our awkward moments. We want to help you avoid wearing the tuxedo at the pool party.
Let's do it. We have 4 practical tips to help you sound more natural, starting right now.
Okay, tip number 1. This is what I call the shortcut.
Or, in grammatical terms, contractions.
Yes. This is exactly what I was doing wrong with my robot voice. You simply have to use contractions if you want to sound human.
It is essential for fluid speech, and here's the why behind it. English is a stress-timed language.
Meaning what? Exactly.
We need to move quickly through the unimportant words to get to the important ones. If you say, I do not know, every word gets equal length. It feels heavy, it drags.
But if you say I don't know, it is quick. It flows.
Exactly. The rhythm is better. Let's try a couple. Instead of, it is hot, which sounds a bit factual and dry.
You say it's hot today.
Much better. Or instead of, I am tired.
I'm tired.
It seems small, doesn't it? Just losing a letter or two. But listen to the rhythm difference. I am going to the store is 5 clear, heavy beats.
Very robotic.
But I'm going to the store is more like a da-da-da-da. It has a melody. The second one has that bounce, that bicycle flow.
Exactly. It makes your speech sound much more fluid. Native speakers use contractions almost all the time in spoken English.
Almost constantly.
If you don't use them, you stand out. And as we said, you might even sound angry.
Correct. Unless you are actually angry, use the contraction.
Okay, so that is the shortcut. Tip number 2. You call this one the glue.
Yes, the glue. This is about linking sounds.
Explain that for us. What exactly are we gluing?
We are gluing words together. In many languages, you finish one word, you stop, and then you start the next word. Mm-hmm. There's a tiny silence between them.
Right.
But in English, we don't treat words like islands. We treat them like a chain.
Give us an example of the wrong way, the unglued way.
Okay. A robot or a very nervous learner might say, pick it up. 3 distinct, separate sounds with borders around them.
Pick that
Yeah.
up. Yeah, very choppy. It requires a lot of energy to stop and start 3 times like that.
It is exhausting. But a natural speaker glues them. The end of pick slides right into it. The K sound actually moves over. It sounds like pike kit.
Bike kit.
And then the end of it slides into up. So the whole thing becomes pick it up.
Pick it up.
It sounds like one long word. Pick it up.
I love that. It is like the words are holding hands. They aren't strangers standing apart. They are friends holding hands.
That is a lovely way to think of it. And this is crucial for listening to. If you are waiting to hear pick it up, you will miss it.
Because it's gone in a flash.
Yes. You need to train your ears to hear kick it up.
So how do listeners practice this?
Try to let the end of one word slide into the next, especially if one word ends with a consonant and the next starts with a vowel.
Like wake up.
Exactly. Wake up becomes wake up. Stop it becomes stop it. This is the real secret to that smooth sound.
Stop it. Pick it up.
Eh,
Okay, I can actually feel the difference in my mouth when I do that. It is much less work. My jaw stays
Yeah.
relaxed.
It is. It is efficient. English speakers are lazy. We just want the easiest path from one sound to the next.
All right, moving on to tip number 3. This one is a lifesaver for me personally. I call it filler power.
This is a very important strategy, specifically for the psychology of conversation.
Here's the truth. Native speakers, we don't always know what to say immediately. We are not supercomputers. We need time to think.
But if you just stay silent while you think, it feels incredibly awkward.
Right. If I ask you a question and you just stare at me in silence, I panic. I start thinking, did she hear me? Is she mad? Did the internet disconnect?
Exactly. Silence signals I am done talking or I don't understand. So instead of a long silent pause, we use fillers.
Words like well or like or
Yes. In your native language, you probably have a sound for thinking. Maybe it is or este. You just need to switch that sound to English.
make an English thinking sound.
Yes. If you ask me, what do you want for dinner? I don't have to answer instantly. I can say, well, let me think, lying, or I'm not sure yet.
That or buys you time. It keeps the flow of the conversation going even though you aren't actually saying anything with meaning yet.
It signals to the listener, I am still here, I am processing, don't interrupt me. It sounds much more natural than dead silence. It keeps the connection alive.
So don't be afraid to say It doesn't mean you are bad at English. It actually means you're thinking like a native speaker.
Precisely. It is a sign of fluency, not a sign of failure.
Okay, tip number 4. This might be my favorite because it completely changes the personality of the speaker, the music of the sentence.
Ah, yes. Intonation. This is crucial.
Why do we call it music?
Because English is a musical language. It has ups and downs, high notes and low notes. We stress the important words. This is exactly how we convey emotion.
And if you don't do that,
You speak at one level like a machine, like you're a robot in the coffee shop. I would, like a coffee. Flatline. It sounds bored, or worse, rude.
let me try. I am very happy to see you.
See? I don't believe you. You say you are happy, but your voice sounds flat. Your words say happy, but your music says bored.
That is a great distinction. So how do we add the music back in?
You have to let your voice go up and down. If you are happy, let the voice go up. I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you.
Yes. Hear that rise. And if information is important, say it a bit louder or stretch it out. It was really good. Not, it was really good.
It was really good. You
Yeah.
punched the important word.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to be expressive. That melody is part of the meaning. If you change the stress, you change the entire story.
I love that. So to recap our tips, we have the shortcut, which is contractions. We have the glue, which is linking. We have filler power. And we have the music, which is intonation. Those are 4 absolute game changers.
They really are. If you apply these, you stop sounding like a textbook and start sounding like a friend.
Now, before we wrap up today, I want to do a little review. We used some specific words today, and I want to make sure everyone really owns them and understands how they fit into this concept of natural speech. Let's do a quick word tour.
Great idea. Let's look at the vocabulary we use to describe these feelings.
First one, stiff. We talked about being stiff on a bike.
Stiff means not relaxed. It is hard to move. Think of a board of wood. It is stiff.
Right.
If you are too nervous, your body becomes stiff. And as we discussed, if your mouth is stiff, your English sounds stiff. You cannot link words if your lips are stiff.
Right. It is the opposite of flexible. Okay, next word, flow.
Flow. This is how a liquid moves smoothly, like a river. In speaking, it means talking without stopping too much. We want your English to flow like water, not like rocks falling downstairs.
Rocks falling downstairs is definitely not the goal. So an example would be listening to music helps my speaking flow.
Perfect.
Next one, contraction.
This is the grammar term we used. It is when we make 2 words shorter and combine them. Don't is a contraction of do not. We're is a contraction of we are. Remember, this is your shortcut to rhythm.
Got it. And then earlier I mentioned the barista.
A barista is simply a person who makes coffee in a coffee shop. But in our story, the barista represents the native speaker audience, the person you were trying to connect with naturally. For example, the barista smiled when I ordered my coffee.
Hopefully she smiles next time I go in, now that I'm not a robot. And the last word for our tour, smooth.
Smooth. This describes something that is easy, with no bumps or problems. A calm ocean is smooth. A baby's skin is smooth, and we want your pronunciation to be smooth.
With practice, your pronunciation will become smooth. I like that.
It is a great goal.
Okay, we have given you the tips. We have defined the words. Now we need to give you a mission. We can't just let you listen. You have to do something with this.
Yes, a call to action.
Let's do a quick recap first.
Okay, to recap, to sound natural, use contractions, those are the shortcuts. Glue your words together with linking. Use fillers when you think to keep the channel open. And remember the music of the language.
Boom. Simple. Now here is your tiny goal for today. I love tiny goals because they are easy to do, but they actually work.
What is the goal?
I want you to take one simple sentence. Let's use I'm going to the park.
Okay, I'm going to the park. That is the robot version.
Exactly. Now, I want you to destroy the robot version. I want you to say it naturally. Use a contraction for I am and link the words going to.
So it becomes, I'm going to the park.
I'm going to the park. Here, I'm going to the... It all slides together.
I'm going to the park.
Your task is to say that sentence 5 times. Do it in the shower. Do it while you were making breakfast. Do it in the car. Just get your mouth used to that feeling of sliding the words together.
I'm going to the park. I'm going to the park. It feels good. It feels relaxed.
It does. It feels like you are riding that bicycle with no hands.
Careful.
Well, maybe keep one hand on the bars.
Yeah.
But you get the point. You are letting the language move you.
You can do it. Every small step makes a big difference. Don't worry about being perfect. Just try to find that flow.
We really want to hear from you about this. What is one English word or phrase that you find hard to say naturally? Is there a word that always makes you stumble or feel stiff?
Oh, good question. Tell us in the comments. We would love to help you figure out how to glue it into your sentences.
We certainly would. Well, I think that is a wrap for today. I am going to go back to that coffee shop and try to redeem myself.
Good luck. Just remember, I'd like a latte. Keep it smooth.
I'd like a latte.
Yeah.
Got it. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for listening. Keep practicing, keep dreaming, and we will see you in the next deep dive.